There seem to be a lot of hyperactive dogs nowadays. I believe this is because a lot of our dogs come from working stock and they've got no job to do. We go out to work, we leave them alone. We want a bit of peace and quiet when we get home. We think that half an hour or 3/4 of an hour walk is going to be enough. And the dog is going mad. It's going mental. It has no fulfillment at all, not of the sort that it actually needs. This can often be with puppies. It starts at puppyhood, adolescence it peaks, but some dogs will carry on for ages. I go to a house and they'll open the door, and if the dog is there, he may be jumping up so much and trying to grab my arms, and I just can't get in. The people will be shouting at it. Then when I try to sit down, the dog is humping me or jumping up all over me. He may stand on the table, and the people do everything they can. The more commands and the more they try, the more stressed the dog gets. Stress really is at the root of the problem. The stress bucket is an idea where we look at everything that arouses the dog, makes the bucket fill up. So things, it can be good things, it can be bad things. Things like repetitive ball play, if you go on too long, it gets past the stage of doing any good until the dog gets really wound up. Anything which is really exciting will fill that bucket. Anything that is really scary will fill the bucket, and it overflows. The things build up and they overflow. So our job really with a hyperactive dog is to do two things. It's to find all the things that get the dog, that fill that bucket to start with, and see if we can slow them down a bit. And at the other end of it is, how can we drain the bucket? There are things that dogs do which help to calm themselves down. I mean, frantic dogs do these things like humping, they chase their tails, they dig holes, they dig in the sofa, they bark, they do all sorts of things because they have to explode like a volcano. So we need to redirect these things into something that isn't destructive. So we need to find enrichment for the dog, try to give the dog an outlet. And that is really it. Keep the atmosphere calm. The more wound up we get, the more wound up the dog gets, and see what we can do about giving the dog a good outlet.